Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We're up and running then. Well, this formation was traditionally considered a bit defensive, but now very much back in vogue due to some pretty well-known proponents, Jim.
Yeah, the 3-5-2 has been used by some of the biggest and most successful teams around, Peter. You know, one of its key strengths is the fact that it's well suited to playing out from the back. And I think you'd have to have a look at the wing-backs in that manner, because they can get forward with ease. And you can create...
Here's a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Back in possession and ready to go again. Over to the right flank. He's found a way through. He's dealt with that really well. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Great vision.
There he is, the one they call the divine ponytail.
Well, that is his trademark, isn't it?
Yeah, and everything connected to that ponytail is footballing perfection. His guile, his passing, and his goals are things of legend.
Makaleli. And it's Azar. And this is Luis Suarez. Oh, now he can run away with it. And he's there to retrieve it. Gattuso. Kukçu. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say.
Luis Suarez! It's bounced back off the post. Pass somewhat off target. Kukçu. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Now it's Luis Suarez. And it's made its way to him. And they're back on the ball again. Mateus. Now who's going to be first to this? And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Pirlo cuts out the pass. He's a sharp little ball here. So it is still 0-0. Now it's Luis Suarez. This looks promising. It's Luis Suarez! Gattuso. Pepe promptly onto that, and that is that. Mateus. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Marquez. Maldini is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Spread neatly. Maldini. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, that has not gone well. Suarez picks it up out wide. Well read, and the danger is averted.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Kukçu is the team's great visionary. Not the most accurate pass.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Can he get it through? Now that's well seen too. Oh, super ball! Luis Suarez! He's delivered all right! A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
Changement. Le numéro 2.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Mirasol have fired themselves in front.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Oh, good spread.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And it's safely in the keeper's hands.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
That looks a good ball through. Roberto Carlos looking for the chance to skim one in from range. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. It's a goal kick. Pirlo is there and he can pick it up. And the pass is intercepted. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Oh, that's a key interception. Roberto Carlos. Now, can they get him away? And he's managed to get free. Gattuso. And that has put paid to that. Best. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, that's well spotted. Lampard. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
It's played through for him. He has found the way through. Swings in across. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Now it's Roberto Baggio. He won't be happy with that one.
Mirasol really should be happy to let this half run out now.
Tries one from range. Off the post. But he's left disappointed.
I think his reaction says everything there, Peter. Just a fraction inside. That's all he needed to be.
Changement. Le numéro 30.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence. as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Looking for options for movement. And it's Kukçu. That pass has been well intercepted. Nice physical challenge. Roberto Baggio. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Kukçu. Pirlo. Azar. Rijkaard gets across to intercept that. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
I think the scoreline probably is a fair reflection of the first half. If there is perhaps one criticism I can make, it would be the wastefulness in front of goal. You really ought to be putting those chances away. They have to make up for that.
Mirassol are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. So right back into the action. Mirassol currently ahead by the smallest of chance! And he should have made them pay.
Best has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
And this is Luis Suarez. Shapes to shoot! Well taken goal. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd have to...
It's Baggio! And the ball's come loose here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, nice touch. Neymar stood his ground strongly. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And there's green grass ahead of him. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Baggio. Lampard. Now it's Luis Suarez. Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. He's dribbled past his man here. He's got away. Great defending, strong and determined. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Mirassol really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle.
Well, I think this is definitely one of these areas where they've rehearsed an awful lot on the training ground.
Neymar! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Looking to play him in. Oh, great chance! Luis Suarez! And that's in! And they get themselves in front! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Changement. Le numéro 8. Pour le remplacer.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Mirasol with the lead. Davids aimed beyond the defence, and he cuts out the supply. Roberto Carlos. Knocks it into space.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Mateus did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. He is through here. And a chance! Oh, good finish. 2 up now, and they are cruising. The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Well, the angle wasn't good, and neither was the keeper. He scored then when he had no right to.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Mirasol go up by 2 and are looking good.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Pepe is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Mirasol perhaps contemplating their next change here. Marquez.
Welcome to modern football. You get hounded by everyone.
Mirasol have hit a quick-fire double here and are firmly in control at 3-1. We always look the favourite there. Davids couldn't squeeze it through. Neymar. Thuram spots it and intercepts. He's shifting through the gears here. It's Neymar! Just cruising! They are cruising! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. And that really is so impressive. So now the difference is 3.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
That's a good run down the left. They get a throw in. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Tries to play it. Great chance! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And it's Luis Suarez. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That has ended up in no man's land. Neymar. Good purposeful running this. Chance for a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the keeper has done enough. Top stop.
Mirasol certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Corner number 2 then. Pirlo plays it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. That has not gone well. Neymar. Can he get on the end of this? Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And it's with the keeper. Roberto Carlos. Pepe. And Mateus. Makaleli can see things others simply cannot. Pepe threads one in. Neymar. Neymar on a serious charge here. Roberto Baggio tries to pass it through. Neymar. Oh, truly brave defending.
Some inspired work that. It's good that someone knew exactly.
Oh, what a mistake! Lovely pass, but can he get there? Messi, no outsmarting him this time. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Pato. Out of play for a goal kick. Roberto Baggio. And no, that was never going to make it. Neymar. And it's Messi. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Good ball, good take. And he's certainly onside here. Davids. Roberto Baggio. And he ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Looking for the run. Now it's Pato. Messi. Oh, just skips past his man. Maldini eases him off the ball. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Gattuso. That's been cut out, well played. Time added on, 4 minutes. Lampard! And somehow he's managed to miss it. Gattuso gathers from the goal kick. Pepe. And it's Neymar. Neymar getting forward. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Well, he stayed down and is in very obvious discomfort here. Always going over the top. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we.